Hi everybody, this is Christine Bertram, and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Mom's here, she just got here. Chris is here. Now I'm live, yep, I'm a little late, that's okay. Diane's here. Mom's here, there's Mom, they're there in the back. You guys can all wave. Look at, they're having a powwow, a meeting of the minds. There they are. and then there's Jill. Oh, you guys. So we have a card that we're kitting up. It is the we have the perennial lavender that we're kitting up, and there's 120, and we have the other 3 done already. We're working a little ahead of the game. We weren't going to work on these till next week, but everything, all the helpers had got everything back, and so we are almost done kitting. Oh man! So let me just show you what the counter looks like right now. I took a picture of this, you guys. So on one side over there, we've got 20. And then on the table, there's probably 40. And then all the way down here, there's probably the difference of 120. So that's all the pieces, you guys. So we started off with like 120 bases, 120, 120, 120, 120, 240 ribbon pieces. All of these are the die cut pieces. And some of these over here need 2. And then, so yeah, so there was, how many pieces? Did you guys count how many unique pieces were on this card? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20!
Okay.
And then some of them had 2. So like on this card, there's 2 of those greeny things and 2 of the vellum-y things. So yes, you guys, I was a little tardy. At like 5 minutes to, I was getting everything lined up because they're going to help me lay out the other 2 ink, paper, scissors, hot air balloon cards. We're working ahead too because we were going to wait and do them next week, but what's done is done, right? So what we're doing is I had them help, prepped, and we were going through pieces, and I'm like, oh man, we're missing a mat. So we need to get the other mat. So yay, thank you for your patience, you guys. We're a little bit tardy. Hi, Millie Kindle from Montana. Millie, 2 things for you. 1, you had a shopping loyalty, and you had picked out a stamp set, and I forgot to put that in your package last week on Saturday. So it's here yet, on the back counter. We were haste makes waste, and we were very fast to get your class out the door, right? And your stamp set didn't go in it. But then you also emailed me asking about a sale-a-bration something door prize. So I got to look back to see what you're talking about, which class, because I had a celebration, and 4 people won from that, and I haven't given them their prizes yet, but it wasn't you. So was it a different celebration class? Was it the Hoorah Rah, or what was it, if you recall? Like, let's figure it out. But I can go back and look too and see if you won from the celebration Hoorah Rah. So hi Connie Moore. Oh my gosh, oh man, the everything just went up right away. So, oh man, we're gonna be doing wild ferns. So did you guys notice? So Millie, yes, let me look to see where we were at with the PDF. I sent the PDF for this class, you guys, on Tuesday night, or Tuesday afternoon, like before 5. Millie, I have a check mark next to your name, which means that and you're like number 20, so you should have gotten the PDF. Have you checked in your spam box or your spam folder? If you want to check there really quick. And also, if you search in your email for wild ferns, if you do search for wild ferns, you might find it that way as well. I had somebody reach out to me yesterday about not getting in a PDF. I think it was Faye Gabi. She didn't get the PDF, and then it was there. It was in a different folder, because if you have Gmail, a Gmail categorizes emails like social promotions and I don't know, different things. And so Faye found the email that I had sent to her. And so if you want to look a little bit more for it, I'm going to just double check that I sent it to you. If you don't mind, I'll just double check. Because everybody that is signed up for the class, I have a note that the PDF should have been sent to everybody. So I don't think I'm behind on the wild ferns yet for anybody. So, who else do we have here? Mary Lemke's checking in. Hi, Barbara Tyler. I'm so happy you were able to get the kits off the counter yesterday afternoon. Hi, Jenna Helms, and there's Nedra. Hi, Diana and Mary. Jenna! They're all like, Jenna! Hi, Jenna. I told Jenna that we still need to find a weekend after she does some hunting and finds a a local establishment in Hudson. You guys, all of you that are in the Hudson area, we're gonna be not banging down the door. What are we gonna do? We're going to be the troops are coming in. We're gonna help Jenna do an in-person event in Hudson. Hudson is right on the Wisconsin-Minnesota border, and we're gonna come in with guns ablazing, and we're gonna be stamping up and we're gonna get work on something. We're gonna help her work on getting an event planned, is what we're gonna do. And Diane and Chris are on board. I think that we had a couple other people that want to come up and help Jenna get this started, and so we're super excited to do an in-person. Like the Hive is coming to Hudson, Wisconsin. So I was gonna look here really quick too, Millie. I'm multitasking. Can you guys tell? I sent that on Tuesday, and it was called Wild Ferns, and Good Feelings went out first, and then we had. Well, where are you? Good Feelings went out first, and then right after Good Feelings was a ton of emails that I don't even see. Okay, let's try this one other way. Wild Ferns. Even I'm having a hard time finding it in my sent box. So, Wild Ferns sent. Right here. All right. Here's the deal. I'm looking for Millie Kindle, M Kindle at your last bit. I was sent you the email Tuesday afternoon, Millie. So if you need me to resend it after you've searched, let me know again. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you're going to look for it again and hopefully find it somewhere in your email. Hi, Jean Terwilliger. Hi, Karen Wetstein. Long time no talk. Karen was just here, you guys. Helping me out big time. Helping me cut paper. Jenna says, hi, everyone. Looking for a venue. Good job, girlfriend. Deanne Dawn. You are 30 minutes from Hudson. Oh my goodness. Wow. So Deanne, you're on the team. So is Jenna. I got two bees that are really close to each other. You guys should connect. Maybe you can come over and help us too. Hi, Susan. When is the event? I'll drive from Minnesota to meet you, Susan. Yay. So the $1 million question is when and where, right? So the deal is, we told Jenna that as soon as she can secure a venue, then we're going to look at a weekend that, like, I know there's a few of us from Fond du Lac that want to come up. As soon as we have that, Susan, you will be hearing it on the lives. I will be sure to broadcast it far and wide that we're taking the Hive to Minnesota, like to Hudson, and that there'll be a date and a time. And what I think we're talking with Jenna about is, she says, I miss you all. And we miss you too. No problem, Millie. Just send me, when I see your email, I'll make sure to send it to you. Hi, Karen Woods. What we're looking to do is probably a stamp camp kind of a day where there's projects, like a card class, a sampler, just whatever Jenna comes up with. I'm not going to be in charge of any of the designing, I don't think, but she might bounce ideas off of me. But it's going to be a full day of a stamp camp where there might be stations set up. I guess we're not sure. So it's going to be good, though. That's all I know, because everything that we do is amazing and fun. I just know that we always have fun. So hi, France Eldridge from Michigan. You received the thank you card today. Yay, I'm so happy to hear that. Hi, Lisa Tate. Oh, from New Zealand. I'm so happy that we can help inspire you. Hi, Brenda Loveless, sitting in the Houston hospital with Paul, watching Christine. Aww. We're sorry to hear that, Brenda. The girls here say hello. Tracy Gruby brought your Be Happy Stampers jacket, and I have that here, and I have your tool caddy here. And Karen Forward has a bracelet for you that she made. And so be on the lookout for that. We're doing a big shipping day next week, Tuesday afternoon. Yep. So there's probably not a lot of packages going out between now and Tuesday. So if you're waiting for something, it'll most likely ship out on Tuesday. Yes, Susan Ray Hendricks. We can definitely get you signed up for the Perennial Lavender class on the 18th. Now, Susan, I believe you placed an order, I think, recently. And so I think that's the case, and we can always use that as your free class. And Susan Ray Hendricks, you also had some shopping loyalty dollars, and you got 2 blends, and they're on my back counter. So I have those for you. Hi, Nancy. Nancy, I saw that you're looking to get a hold of Rose. I will be talking to her at some point today, and I'll make sure to ask her if she can reach out to you and confirm that she's been getting your emails. All right. Whew, I think we made it through everybody that said something. So, you know, Millie, while I was in my messages here, I should have just sent that to you. Stillwater is beautiful. Yes. Hi, Donna Grushki. You'll need to watch the replay. No problem whatsoever. That is what's amazing about doing an online class like this with you guys. A lot of people say, well, do I have to be with you when you do the class? Absolutely not. You guys can always catch the replay to put your cards together, or you could refer to the PDF tutorial, which is what we're talking about with Millie here, that she didn't find it. So I sent you an email a bit. Yes, Nancy, I saw it. You guys, hi, Jennifer Jones. Yeah, Jennifer, I did see you guys, I see everything. I know what Diane's thinking in her head because there's a movie out there called The Sixth Sense. And there's a line from that movie. And if I say it, I really don't see dead people, but there's a line in the movie that says, I see dead people, right? So whenever Diane and I are chatting and we say, I see it, and then the other one will always say, I see dead people as a joke, right? Because we don't. I don't think we do. I don't generally. But so I do see a lot of what you guys are sending to me, like your texts, your emails, your Facebook messages. I do see a lot, and I try not to reply because when I'll be honest, I don't reply until I'm sitting with my book in front of me or I'm at my computer. If it's something I can easily answer and know that I have the ability to log it, or if it doesn't need something logged, I reply. But otherwise, honestly, what I do is I keep it unread and I go back to it when I have my book in front of me. So Jennifer, I did see that you are interested in a paper pumpkin. And I believe the other paper pumpkin is gone too, because there was somebody that watched Kelly, Kathy Diddy, I think, reached out right after Kelly did the paper pumpkin, and she staked claim on that. So yes, so I do see a lot, and I do appreciate you guys giving me some days and a few days to get some replies in, because we're busy a lot of the time, and I'm not always in my correspondence or I should say my technology or my communication. Diane and I designed 21 cards. Was that Diane that just made that noise? I think she was excited. I was so excited. I think I was really beyond excited. Like, I was super excited. Diane was probably like, ugh, I'm like done. But we did 12 of them on Wednesday, and we did 6 and 3, 9 yesterday. So when we are sitting working with each other, I try to be respectful. I try. I don't always do it and succeed, but I try not to always be in my phone responding to people or checking stuff, because I value Diane's time, and so I don't like to be in my phone or on the computer while we're designing. And then with the class last night, I did a really big day on Saturday, you guys. I worked from 10 o'clock a.m. until 10 p.m. All I did was work in my computer, and I did not get through all my emails, but I got through a lot of them. And since Saturday now, it's been hard to get back into the emails and the correspondence. I do respond to people, but if it comes to class signups, I'm not always as fast, because I need this yellow book here to help me log, because it's happened in the past where somebody said, can you sign me up for this? And I put, yep, I can sign you up. And then I forget to put in my book, but I've replied to you. So it looks like I'm done with the transaction, or I should say the processing, but I'm not. So anyways, I appreciate you guys just giving me patience with the responding. So we're going to do roll call really quick. This is a quarterly order-based class called Wild Ferns. We totally duped you guys, because it is like, people are like, well, these are birds and it's flight and airy, but it's also wild ferns, because we used the dies and the stamps from Wild Ferns, and we married it with the flight and airy sale-a-bration paper. And so a lot of people saw, no, I shouldn't say a lot, but people probably saw the Wild Ferns title for the class and thought to themselves, well, I don't want wild ferns. And then they realized, well, they're actually really pretty. And this is what Wendy Ellison just said to me. And I'm like, okay, that means that we tricked you, which it happens from time to time. And so Diane just did this class in person this morning at 10 and wrapped up. You guys wrapped up pretty good. I think you were all done, all buttoned up by noon almost. So we have 4 amazing cards to do. This class was free with Diane was $30 per person, and for online is a $50 order, because I used the extra money to offset the shipping costs. Or there was an option, if you're on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, we give team perks. One of them is, if you're on the Be Happy Stamper team, you can pay for the class instead of placing an order. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll call you back. All right, that was Amanda Waldhart, you guys. We're trying to touch base for tonight. I'm heading over to her house around 7:30 tonight or 7 to Janesville, and we're going to spend the entire day tomorrow designing for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun. And so I just got to make sure I don't have to bring anything besides a change of clothes. So, all right. So first on the list, Miss Annette Rollin, and then we have Karen Woods, Susan Bellamy, Becky Gandolfo, Sandy Coy Emery, who got her power back, by the way, yay. Nina Barbaric, Sherry Martin, Trisha Fagley, Sheila Roberts, Donna Grushke, Bobby Rubish, Sarah Kruger, Cindy Posh, Leslie McMinn, Barbara Tyler, Angelique McClendon, Linda Scott, Feline Mays, Mary Carls, Millie Kindle, Ellen Brover, Carla Lake, Anna Schaffer, Jeannie Gertis, Chris Dudarenki, here, Lynn Beasley, Pat Fleming, Lisa LaFramboise, Kathy Showalter, Jenna Helms, and she was here, Connie Moore, Karen Skillern, Faye Godby, Mary Lemke, Cheryl Gremlich, Barbara Godby, and Carmen Melendez. Now, we have, it looks like 4 sets of this class left. So in case you're watching in the near future, you can reach out to me and ask me if there are still kits left. Now, like I mentioned just 2 minutes ago, I do have about 5 days worth of emails to kind of get caught up, and it's very possible that people reached out to me and they would get first dibs. I go back to the beginning and make sure that I've got anybody who emailed me like last week or even the week before that signed up for this class. I would make sure I give first precedence to them because they had already previously signed up. So, but I mean, I'm pretty good at looking through things. I don't always reply, but I do look through things, you guys. And I do get people signed up without necessarily replying to you. And then when I get my computer, I reply. So hi, Randy Schultz. All right, so there's the roll call. Yay, thank you to everybody. I like to do the roll call because I truly appreciate people who are taking classes with me. I don't know if everybody loves the kit, but they like to help me. And so I love to help design and inspire and create. And then I have an enormous amount of helpers who love to help with the die cutting. Hi, Lisa Spacek. The die cutting, the embossing, the cutting designer series paper, the kitting, and cutting ribbon. And it's a labor of love. And we like to bring this to your home. And so for those, I do the roll call, just a special shout out for those people that got kits for me. Oh, Donna Grushke, no. So generally, when I do a Friday afternoon class, I do usually start at 1 o'clock. But I knew that Diane was having in-person class here at 10, and it would have been hard if she ended up, because sometimes when she does her in-person classes, it can take 2.5 to 3 hours. And so I pushed it to 2 for this class just to make sure that we had enough leeway in the middle to make sure I wasn't having a whole bunch of people here working with class with Diane. So, okay, Deanne Dawn, definitely. If there are any left, I will make sure to reach out to you to get it on your list. Now, you also got the game night from last night. And what we can do at this point, you guys, I'm not shipping anything like onesie, twosie between now and Tuesday. That would just suck a lot of time. And so what I'm planning is there's an entire section on my back counter way over there and in that general area. And as people have been signing up for classes this week, I've been just setting things on the back counter. And on Tuesday afternoon, we're going to marry everything together between all of the April classes, the MS benefit, the retro swap party, any past classes that people have gotten. And there'll be about 100 packages leaving here on Tuesday is the plan. So, France Eldridge would like some too if there are any left. Okay, so France, another one too. Both Deanne and France, it would be great for you to send me an email and let me know that in an email so that when I do sit down on my computer, I can pull up everything in one fell swoop and then reply to you in your email. So, yay. Okay, so Donna Grushke, you're good to go. We just started. And so also, if you guys missed it last night, we had a great game night. It was called Good Feelings / Just Kiddin' Game Night. And we made these 5 cards. And I do have 10 sets of this class left as well. And as long as you have sentiments, you're good to go with this one. Jill, while you're here, you could maybe stamp your sentiments if you want. Oh, did I give Diane? Jill, if you want to stamp your sentiments to match Diane's got the stamp set with her right now. I don't know if, unless you want to take it home. This was from class last night. You didn't make the, Diane's got the cards here, her set too. So this is what you guys, in case anybody else wants to get signed up, we've got 10 left of that one. And then if you're thinking you want to, I've got the cards right here, and you just have to get the set from Diane. The other thing we shared with you guys is, and I'm not going to go through it now because there was a lot, the 21 cards that we designed between Wednesday and Thursday. I showed them all off last night at game night. Class finished around 8:30. So after about 2.5 hours is what, like, we did 5 cards and we played 5 games. Around the 8:30 mark or 2.5 hour mark is when I showed off what we designed. And I'm not going to show it now, but if you are curious what we designed for the Meandering Meadow Stamp-A-Stack, that's coming up in May, and we did the ink, paper, scissors for May, and we did Let's Just Stamp for May. If you want to see those cards, I highly encourage you to go out to that 2.5 hour mark on the video from last night and then check it out. Check it out, girls, right? Check it out, boys. There's a guy in Canada, and he said, check it out, boys. And so we say, check it out, girls. All right. So if you're curious where you find that, you guys, you need to go to my YouTube channel called Cards by Christine. And it was right here, the Lucky Hand Good Feelings. If you click on that video, and you can, if you don't care about watching the cards, you could always fast forward to the 2.5 hour mark, and then you can see what it is all about. Okay, so I'm so excited because I finally, in a false swoop, oh, Diane messaged me, I have my Wild Ferns. It comes right up. It's so nice. So I can check your comments, you guys. All right. So what we're going to do first for this class is we're going to cut some designer series paper. These are the 4 cards we're going to make. Do you need to take a picture? There they are right there. What we're going to do with this, you guys, they're generally, okay, if you liked game night last night with how easy it was, you guys are going to love this one too. Because, oh man, who wants to fussy cut my birds? Will somebody fussy cut my birds? I have some bananas here. Jill, do you mind fussy cutting? Yeah. Jill's going to fussy cut. Okay. So this is just like game night last night, you guys. You have a piece of designer paper. And I'd like to, so Deanne Dawn, you're asking about the Perennial Lavender Stamp-A-Stack. It's a Perennial Lavender Suite class. The Perennial Lavender is not a Stamp-A-Stack. And so when you send your email, Deanne Dawn, you could refer to it as the Perennial Lavender Suite class. So this DSP is all the same size. So when you guys get your kit from me, everybody got 4 card kits. And as a little gift, we just gave everybody 1/8 of a pack of designer paper. And these guys, though, are a little bit like hard to work with because we didn't want to cut through birds. And so Karen Wetstein and Chris, I think there's a bunch, helped me cut the pieces of paper apart here. So I'm going to pull those out in a minute, but then you will have 4 more pieces, right? These 4 pieces are what you need for cutting the other 4 cards, right? So we'll cut those momentarily, but I'm going to pull out the birds that I want so that Jill can help me cut these really quick. So in this sheet right here, you should have a set of 2 little lovebirds that are hanging out singing tweedledee, tweedledee, da-da-da-da, rockin' robin, right? So...
I'm 50 years old.
So these little guys, yeah, but I know the song. I go to weddings. I hear that music. All right. Then what you got to do is pick some birds out. You might not have the same birds as what we have for the cards, but you have plenty to choose from, if I could say so. Like, I'm going to use this one. He's facing this way, so we're going to use him on that one. I don't want to scissors you. And then you want a bird facing to the left. We'll use that one for that one. And then either, so this guy has feet, this one doesn't have feet, but either way it would work. So, oh, there's that one. So depending on what chunk of the designer paper, so Jill's gonna, my Vanna White is taking my 4 birds, or 5 actually, and she's gonna cut them apart for me. Now, the rest of this is for you to make something pretty with later in life, right? So you could use these birds for other cards, you could use these birds. And again, you can mix and match your birds. Like this bird would have easily worked on this card too, right? I just wouldn't put like this bird over on that side. We tried to have the foliage, where the foliage is where the bird is, and then you want the bird to look into the card is what our hope is. Okay, so these are extra at the moment. So I'm just gonna set those right there. And then what we want to do is we want to get the rest of these cut. So they're all vertical except for this one. This one's horizontal. And so this one, when you cut it, they're like yesterday. If you don't like 1/16 of an inch, you either go up or you go down. So you could do 5 by 3 3/4. So here's some mats. Thank you to Sandy Wicklander for this. You could do 5 by 3 3/4, or you could do 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Or the magic number that I like is 5 1/16 by 3 13/16. Now, your call, whatever you want to do. Ultimately, like, you can always make it down a little bit if the mat is slightly bigger or smaller. But what I'm going to do is cut at 3 13/16 here. All right, that's a score. So we're going to do 3 13/16. This you could really save for your envelope if you really wanted, if you really, really want. And then this is 5 1/16. And I think there's no rhyme or reason to if I'm cutting this side or this side because there's birds throughout. But I just feel bad because I cut through 3 there, 3 of them. Poor little guys. And then this one also is this card here. So this bird is on the side here. So if you use that, you'll see him hanging out over here. Where if you cut this section, that bird gets covered up. So be strategic about how you're doing your cuts, I think. 3 13/16. Hey! Thank you very much. Ooh. We've got the windows open, we've got the fans on, and I got really hot in here earlier. So we're hot-blooded. My mom would say hot-blooded women. All right, so that goes there. What song are you guys singing? Hot-blooded. Okay, all right. There, so this little guy, he would be super cool hanging out up there. Or if I went with this section over here, I've got one here that might get hidden. So kind of like play with your paper before you cut it to see where your birds are going to end up. And again, you got 1/4 of the sheet. So your bird, this sheet might be different for you. You could also like use this section. You could use that section. You could use that section. Or you could use that section. Now I'm going to go with this section here. So 3 13/16. And then I'm going to cut off the bottom and keep that little bird is the word at the top. Thanks, everybody. All right. So you guys, this is my scrap pile, and I have one left. Now, this matches the softly stippled embossing folder that was part of the sale-a-bration, and we could not use it. And so we pulled it back in here. I know it's like encore for sale-a-bration. We're into April now, but we did design these cards and have been showing them off all month long. Of last month, and at that point it was still kind of an encore, so we're milking the encore of sale-a-bration for as long as we can. So we're gonna do 3 13/16 again by 5 1/16. All right, so really just as easy as last night for game night. All those were also 3 13/16 by 5 1/16. So we have these 4 cut like a knife. Cuts like a knife. All right. Then, this is the stamp set that we're using. It's called Wild Ferns. Now, of this, though, we really only pulled out some sentiments. We did use all 4 of the sentiments just to show people what they look like. But when you're doing your cards at home, you can use whatever sentiments you want. You do not have to own the Wild Ferns stamp set or bundle if you don't want it. Like, I always like to tell you guys, use what you have and buy what you love. And when it comes to card classes with us, because you don't have to always have the same stamp set that we're using just to have it. Now, if you love it, yes, absolutely get it. But you don't have to. So we are going to do this one first because I pulled this sheet up first. So this one says, here's to new beginnings, because you have 2 little like twiddly-dees, twiddly-dumming in the blue flower tree. And so boho blue pecan pie. We've got a little fresh freesia, flirty, and berry burst going on with this class. So this one is your boho blue meets pecan pie. Oh, we made people work for this with the ribbon, didn't we? I remember now. Okay, so your inside, we got 2 mats in here for your inside, right? So whenever I design like a order-based class or ink, paper, scissors, or let's just stamp with Diane, we do love to double mat for you guys. It just adds a little bit extra like bulk to the card, right, to make it a little more meaty, and then also it just adds a little more pop of color in the inside to match the outside. And then you have your mat here for the outside and your designer paper now, and you have this for ribbon in your kit. And you might be asking why. So that's not enough, right? It is, and we're going to show you how we were a little bit ribbon conservationists for you. One of these, they're both 4 inches. I should say all 3 of them are 4 inches, but both the blue ones are the same size, so it doesn't matter which one you grab. But you're just going to do an overhand knot with this one of them, and that's what's going to go on the outside of the card here. And then you have these 2, and really what happens with them is they each get cut in half, right? You use 1 on each side. And the way that this boho blue works is it actually lines up right in the middle of the pecan, and it gives you like this really cool satiny brown edge with the blue. And ultimately, this is going to go here, and then this one's going to go here. And we're going to do a little bit more. We use a little more adhesive, but we save a little bit on ribbon. And then we have a piece of vellum. And now, so like this is ripped right here. So that's why I had a Post-it note. We had a little Post-it note. So I know that something's always wrong if I get a Post-it note in my envelope, because we always give it to me. But it was cracked here on the end. But that doesn't mean that this piece still can't be used for this card. What happens is it's going to get hidden underneath on the side over here under the label. So totally usable. But I would hate for one of you guys to get this, because you would think that, oh man, my piece got wrecked. But I like to always show you guys that even though the piece might have a little piece missing or a little cut accidental, it could get hidden underneath. And then we gave this one to me too. So it's got like an extra little line, but I'll be okay because it kind of gets masked over here. And then both of these are from the Nested Essential dies. And so they are going to fit like this on your card up like that. Okay, so here's to New Beginnings is what we're going to do, because this will become a wedding card. You could find a nice, pretty little wedding stamp that can go on the inside. What did you guys do, Diane, for in-person? Did you have people stamp their insides? Or
Some did, some didn't.
Oh, isn't there the saying in here that says, wishing you well today, tomorrow, and every day that follows? But that's not wedding-ish enough, I don't think. I'm practicing on the back of this, you guys. Oh, that's good. So I'm stamping it a little bit north of the equator, like closer to the top than to the bottom, because the bird heads are going to kind of come up into this label. And there's that. So that's all we've got for this one. All right, we can get a little bit glue happy. The one thing I didn't cut with you guys, though, are your insides. So you have little scraps of paper that are probably left. And what you could do, like we just have like a 3/4 inch section on this side. From your scrap pile, if you are so inclined, there is going to be this one, which we could put on the inside. There's this one. There's this one, which is blue, 42, and then this one. So we might just use those on our insides. So let's grab some things. I would definitely, if you're at home and you're stamping, make sure you get your sentiment stamped before you start gluing. But I'm going to give this to somebody and let them figure it out, because this will be a prize for somebody. So we're going to flip this over, we're going to flip this over and that, and get the liquid glue on here. Are you guys doing okay? All of a sudden it got really quiet. Concentrating. Are your tongues sticking out? They said they're concentrating. All right. So that's there. And this is also a little bit more towards the top versus the bottom, because the birds kind of hang out right on this ridge here. Let that adhesive stick to the boho blue, and then this could go on the left or the right, whichever you prefer. I think I'll stick it on the left-hand side, like that. And then take your scissors, and if it's overhang, just trim it off. Okay, so now this will get glued on here and there. I'm waiting to do that, you guys. I'm not jumping the gun, okay? So this one can go here. And then I still get to decide if I want it on the left or the right, but I'm gonna go with the left. Like that. Okay,